Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Well, here we are again in the book chapters reading from the book Inner Genius, Outer Guru, a heart-centered entrepreneur's guide to unlimited potential for growth in income and freedom in lifestyle without burnout. And I'm gonna give it a few seconds for people to join live. Let me know in the comments if you're here live today. Happy Friday, Kelly. Lovely to see you again. And we are going to read chapter 8 from the book today. And chapter 8 is Get Paid for Your Unique Value. Now, I was not interested in that. So if you're watching on the replay, put in the comments #replay and let me know where you're joining from today. And well, let me know if where you're joining from today, and then give me a thumbs up if you're ready. If you're ready to dive into the stories today. Let's see. All right. I'm going to dive in. It was a beautiful morning when I saw Rose again. Great. Rose was anxious. Okay, so how do I now take my authentic expression and get paid for it? She asked. I've created content which is resonating with my audience, and I love sharing it. More surprisingly, my original content helps me reconnect with my essence from time to time when I feel disconnected from the source within me. This is quite an amazing bonus I found in this process. Now I'm eager to learn how I can leverage my inner genius to generate value and get paid at the highest level for it. How much can I get paid really? Was her question. I get it, I said. You can get paid at the level of value you create for your dream clients. You can create the highest level of value for your clients by tapping into your talents, abilities, skills, and strengths, which are all gifts you have been given since birth, and ones you have either nurtured through your upbringing or can start developing now. We will cover all of this today, I said with a smile. Harness your biggest strengths. In order for you to get paid at the highest rate possible, you need to leverage your best talent, abilities, and your highest quality of expertise in your work. Higher quality results you can create for your clients, the higher you can get compensated in terms of money for it. It is that simple. Most of us think making money is much more complicated than it is. Money is a currency which is used for exchange of value. The more value created, therefore brings in more money. If you want to have unlimited growth in your business income, you must align your business with your zone of genius so you can create unlimited amounts of value and unprecedented levels of quality results for people you serve through your business. Now that you have aligned with your intuition and connected with your inner genius, it becomes possible and highly probable for you to bring your genius out into the world through your truest self-expression. This chapter in the following pages will help you do exactly that. To start off, make a list of your biggest strengths, talents, natural gifts, and genuine resources that life has brought you through in various experiences you have had so far in your journey. Use the worksheet provided in the companion workbook. To access the companion workbook online with fillable worksheets, see the Gift for Readers page at the end of this book, or the link to the companion workbook can be found in the chat for this event as well. So let me know in the comments if you just joined live. If you're live, let me know where you're joining from today. Let me know in the comments. And if you are with me so far on harnessing your biggest strengths and getting paid at the highest level possible, give me your favorite emoji or a heart in the comments. Let me know. I see a comment. Ivory Rose, lovely to see you. You say, I love the workbook. Yes, great work with the workbook so far. Joining from Florida today. I'm with you, Kelly says. Great. Okay, yeah, give me your best. Okay, yeah, see your emoji, Ivory Rose. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. How I was intentionally positioned for my purpose. So this is my story. Below is my story of how I realized that life had intentionally positioned me for my purpose. Below is how I knew that I was specifically prepared for my divine role on the world stage since way before my birth in this life. The family I was born into, I have been born into, the way my life unfolded thus far, every single experience I had, and every challenge I went through prepared me to be who I needed to be to serve my purpose in the world. The low self-esteem phases I went through and the confidence-breaking challenges that led me to find my way back to my true confident self have all been blessings in disguise. Every person I have met along the way in this life journey so far has been a guide, akin to an angel, who has helped me strengthen myself for my journey ahead. When I was in a coaching program with a business coach a few years ago, one of the self-reflection exercises I did was to write out all my strengths, talents, abilities, and interests, and look back at my entire life to see what the common thread in everything that I had been a part of was. I realized that I was born into a family that was full of business owners. My family owned a business empire that I have always been a part of. I grew up hearing about business and everything that goes with it every day at the dinner table and during family gatherings throughout my life. Most of the other people I know, my in-laws, people in my extended community, are all business owners. I was amazed at how I had not noticed this earlier. My grandfather once told me that running a business was in my blood, though I had not understood what he meant until that moment. I recognized that entrepreneurship, creating employment, creating value in the world, solving problems for people, generating employment for the communities and the world through business was an integral part of my life from the beginning. I was born into the perfect place and received the perfect real world training for it. After being born in Mumbai, India, from 5th to 10th grade, I had chosen to attend a residential school in the southern part of India, which was a Gurukulam, a residential style school where I was trained to be a whole-brained, all-rounded human being and a natural leader as an entrepreneur. I realized that all world leaders are entrepreneurs. As they choose to solve particular problems they spot in the world, and they lead a movement for creating transformational and sustainable change in the world through their thoughts, ideas, and solutions created through their thought leadership. I went to a school which was designed by Guruji Sri Rishi Prabhakarji, specifically and intentionally for creating powerful world leaders. And the environment and the curriculum of the school was special and uniquely crafted according to the ancient Indian tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara. I realized that Guruji Sri Rishi Prabhakar had blessed me as a young child to grow up and become a world leader and spread my message through entrepreneurship all over the world. This was how all the dots connected into a thread for me, which showed why I was so drawn to entrepreneurship and why I was attracted to creating a business of my own, which would create true freedom for me. At the beginning, when I resigned from my corporate career, I had thought that entrepreneurship would give me freedom of lifestyle where I could choose my own schedule and the type of work I did. While it is true that being an entrepreneur gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule, be your own boss, take vacations when you want, set your prices, and give yourself a raise when you want to, there is a reward that goes way beyond these seemingly lucrative benefits. I have realized that it is the true freedom, which is the ultimate reward of being an entrepreneur. The true freedom that I now realize I craved is the freedom of my own inner, most authentic self-expression into the world. In the 7-chakra system, the 5th chakra at the throat is called Vishuddhi chakra, that stands for finding and having a voice. I felt that I had opened that chakra on that day when I recorded my first guided meditation. I felt liberated because I had found my voice. It is a priceless reward that you get when you open up your voice and feel the freedom to fully express yourself exactly how you are and feel no restraints to what you can or cannot say and how you can or cannot express yourself. So what is the common thread for you in your life? Look back at your life and allow the hidden treasure to reveal itself to you. so you can also find your true freedom of self-expression and connect to that as your zone of genius through your business. Let me know in the comments. Just give me your favorite emoji or say anything you need to say. Just let me know that you're with me and you're resonating with the story so far. Let's put in the comments common thread if you have found what is the common thread, or if you are curious about what is your common thread in your life. And I'm going to keep reading. Become present to your gifts. Become present to your gifts, talents, and your zone of genius, keeping in mind your purpose and market identified now. When I was doing, Ivy Rose says, I'm curious. Yes, that's the perfect place to be in. Common thread. Yes, we're all curious about the common thread. Become present to your gifts, talents, and your zone of genius, keeping in mind your purpose and market identified now. When I was doing a lot of soul searching, and I asked myself what was the most natural for me when it came to helping people, what was the most satisfying and fulfilling for me? The answer that came to me was healing. Now, I had never thought of myself as a healer, and I have not gone to school to learn any healing techniques. Yet, I felt like I could naturally create a powerful healing presence where healing could occur with the power of my intention and thought alone. When you realize your natural gifts, you may or may not have gone to school for or gotten any training or certification for them, but they will feel truly normal and natural to you. They will feel real, and you will feel completely confident from within in leveraging them to create true and lasting value for the people you wish to serve the most through your business. Connect with and recognize those talents and abilities of yours which you were born with and which feel the most natural to you. And then I have a quote. It goes like this: your income will only grow to the extent that you choose to show up in the world truly as you. So let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Let me know if you're aware of at least one thing that something that comes so natural to you. Just put the number 1 if you can think of one thing that is a skill, an ability, a natural talent you have that just feels so normal and natural for you that you don't even feel like you're doing anything, but it tends to help people, or you're creating value through it. Rose says that's a good one. Yeah, put the number 1 in the comment if you can think of at least one. If you could think of more than one, put the number that you can think of. Humor, comedy, yeah. If that's what comes naturally to you, definitely notice that. What is it that comes so naturally to you and you enjoy it so much that it doesn't feel like you're doing much anyway? Awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Develop your personal brand in the world based on what your unique intuitive guidance tells you. Yeah, Kelly says design. Yes. Love it. Stay curious. Stay in that inquiry. Based on what your unique intuitive guidance tells you, create your unique expression in the world and name it what you wish to name your brand. Develop your personal brand in the world. What is unique about you that would serve the world? What has life trained you to be from all your life experiences? What is your unique expertise? And then I have an amazing quote here. The quote goes like this: "Genius, you are you. When you choose to be yourself, your true self fully, you can be a guru for the betterment of the world." Utilizing your entrepreneurial style, what is your unique zone of genius that you can offer the world through your business? What do you believe? What are your values and beliefs that you can tap into for service to your client? Finally, complete this exercise. Define how exactly you can best help your dream client with the problem they solve, which you are uniquely meant to help them solve. Create an I help statement that specifically describes what you do in one simple sentence, so that from here on forward you can use this as your introduction. You can use your I help statement to answer the question people often ask in social situations. When someone you meet asks you, "So, hi, nice to meet you. So, what do you do?" You can say, "I help," then insert who your dream client is, who, insert a specific problem that you help them with, achieve, insert the specific inner world result you help them achieve, so they can have, insert what the dream client's outer world desires after the specific problem has been solved. So this is a fill in the blank for the one sentence, the I help statement that you can create that will give you a simple way to introduce yourself to people you meet when they ask you, "What do you do?" This I help statement is similar to your business mission statement if you have created that one. In fact, this version would become a more specific version of the business mission statement now. All right, let's dive into some more juicy stuff. So the next section is the importance of equal energy exchange in monetary terms. When I started coaching, I helped people for free, and it felt good to start off with because I loved coaching and helping people. However, I could not figure out why, despite my best efforts, this type of help was not creating long-term results at the level that I knew was possible. Eventually, I realized that rather than helping, what I was doing was trying to rescue people. And that was energetically draining to me and was not truly helping the people I so loved in the best ways possible. When I was depleted energetically, it was difficult for me to give value to others. I needed to have ways to fill and refill my cup first, my inner energetic cup first. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. Let me know if you are currently doing things for free, or helping people for free, or just in a way that is not in energetic alignment and you're feeling energetically drained. Just put an emoji and say, tell me, put drained in the comments if you're really feeling drained right now. Energetically, with your time. If you're feeling drained, let me know in the comments. Put drained or put an emoji, because I know that's not a fun place to be in. And I want to see you and acknowledge you with that. I also did not think of the people I was trying to help as my clients. I did not think of the services I offered as a part of my business. Yeah, sometimes trained. My professional identity, my business's professional entity, my relationship with clients through clear agreements, and the concept of setting healthy boundaries for my time and energy were all completely non-existent. Living this way was heavily taxing to my body and mind, and it caused me to burn out. I realized the importance of an energy exchange instead of it being a one-way street where I was constantly giving. Then I went from giving away my services for free to exchanging services almost like a barter system. This felt better than before because then I received something in return and I did not feel completely depleted like I had felt previously. However, soon enough, I realized the trap in this arrangement, which is that the energy exchange was not exactly equal. An energy exchange is important, but it only works when it is an equal energy exchange. For example, if my services are worth $250 in US dollars, and I'm exchanging them for brand strategy or design services, which might be worth $100 in US dollars, that exchange is not balanced. Even if my services are worth less than the worth of the services I'm being offered, I will not be able to receive the full value of them and recognize the value, and the exchange will not last long. Instead of this barter style exchange, what I recommend is that you set clear boundaries with a written legal agreement, which includes the pricing and other terms, and ask the other person to do the same. Another lesson learned was that when you engage in a barter-like exchange, where services are being rendered with no actual money being exchanged, there is a receiving block at play for actual money. Seeing the money come into your bank account has a much different feeling than just exchanging services. If you ever exchange services, instead of skipping the monetary exchange, set your price for your service that you offer and receive that in your bank account, while you also agree to pay for the service that is being offered to you and pay for that in monetary terms from your bank account as a separate transaction. The ultimate cash inflow and outflow may even out if the prices are the same for both services, but the feeling you will have and the boundaries you will set around each service will be completely different. It will also make you a better accountant for your financial and cash flow decisions in your business. Realizing the difference between volunteering and a business transaction. We have a story now. Joey came to me as a client who was providing services on a volunteering basis, basically free of charge, and was not thinking of it as a potential business idea or transaction. I asked him why he was doing this volunteering activity, and he said it was because he enjoyed helping people in that way. I sensed that there was a part of him that did enjoy it, but there was also a part that wanted to run away from responsibility. I asked him how would he feel if he offered a free session and people signed up for it, but then there was a no-show on the day of the session. When nobody showed up on the day that he had set aside his time for it and spent his energy in preparation for the session, how would that leave him feeling? He answered honestly and said, "Not good. I would not feel good about that." "What would you do in that case?" I probed further. "Do you think that they have much skin in the game if they have not put their money and made a commitment to it?" He said, "No, they would just show up when it was convenient for them and not show up when it wasn't." "So is that okay with you?" I asked. He realized that he was not okay with that. He wanted to help people who would show up with commitment, and so he needed to start looking at volunteering a little differently. Here is another angle to look from. If you were providing a service on a voluntary basis and you did not feel like showing up one day, would you reschedule or cancel the session that day? I asked. He nodded yes. He would just not show up because he's doing a favor by volunteering, and nobody can force him to show up when he does not feel like it. Alternatively, if someone had paid for your services and then you did not feel like showing up that day, would you be likely to back out of it? I asked. No, I would make sure I showed up or communicate my emergency well in advance in a way that works for my client. I would be much more responsible and answerable to show up for my client, he responded. Exactly my point. When there is a monetary exchange, both the recipient and provider of the services are more committed and show up with a higher degree of responsibility toward their energy exchange in a way that works. When the monetary exchange is missing, the level of commitment tends to go down, especially when the work in the session involves emotional discomfort, such as coaching does. Volunteering has its place in the world and works well in certain functions. However, you are the best judge for whether volunteering your services is the best way for you to help people and the best way for people to receive your help. I completed my spiel with that. At this point, Joey had woken up and thought in different ways about his real ambitions and how he wanted to contribute his energy into the world. He thought about structuring his service as a business, a heart-centered business, which was a vehicle for him to bring the best value from within himself into the world. This is how he went from just volunteering his time and energy to thinking of his services having value to be part of a real business and taking actions to create actual business income through his services. Then we have a quote. The quote goes like this: "More time does not equal more value. Higher quality results equal more value. Always be result-oriented and seek to provide greater value. This is the way to create abundance and fulfillment." How to price your products. Let me know in the comments before I go to the next section. Let me know in the comments what resonated the most with you from this story about Joey and how he went from volunteering or not being clear on his services to structuring his services as part of a heart-centered business and make a bigger difference. Oh, I get it. I like that quote. Awesome. Good, Irie Rose. Good to hear that. Yeah, if you're watching on replay and you have a takeaway from that section, from that section, let me know that in the comments. I'd love to hear. And let's move to the next part. We have another story in this one. How to price your products and services right. Ron came to me with his coaching services package structure, and his only question was, how much should I price this at? I said, that is a valid question, and the answer lies within you. So let's explore. How much do you feel would be reasonable? He said, I don't know. His judgment was clouded at that moment. Yes, love that, Kelly. Great. His judgment was clouded at that moment. I explained to Ron that the pricing for his products and services depended on two factors. First is his level of confidence in the value he creates and the worthiness he feels from within himself. Second, yeah, Rose, I got that Joey had to go through some things to find his value in his services. Yes, yes. So first is the level of confidence in the value he creates and the worthiness he feels from within himself. This aspect is often overlooked by entrepreneurs when they're thinking about pricing their products and services. So this is really important to note. Second is the level of need there is in the market for a particular problem to be solved, which he offers a solution to. I said to him that he can address the first factor by feeling into himself how confident he currently feels about the value he brings through his services. I also said that he can address the second factor by offering what he feels is the right price based on the first factor and test how the market reacts. He can also look at what the market is currently paying for this type of problem to be solved. He might get a full range from this research, but then he can set the price to what is acceptable to him first, and then his client as well next. Ron was able to choose a price that felt right to him at that point, and his first client accepted it. He was in business. A couple of months down the road, Ron had served his initial clients and felt a lot more confident about the value he was bringing through his coaching services. He decided it was time for him to raise his price levels, and so we addressed his first factor, his confidence level in the value he brings through his services, and then raised his prices. He signed his next client at the higher price point just as easily as he had his original clients at a lower price point earlier. He had learned that as long as he feels confident in his level of pricing based on the value he provides, and the market agrees to meet him there, the price is always right. Then we have a quote, work hard on self-improvement. Work smart everywhere else. And So let me know in the comments or at the end of the chapter here, what are you taking away? What stood out to you from that last story about Ron and about setting prices for your products or services and how that all works, how to know if the price is right. What's your takeaway? Confidence is really important for setting prices. Yes, owning your value, the value you provide, honoring that. Yes, Kelly, thank you for sharing that. Let me know what's your takeaway, what stood out to you the most in the last part. And if any question comes up in your mind, let me know that as well. In this chapter, you have learned to harness your biggest strengths, understood the importance of positioning yourself in your zone of genius. Become present to your gifts and gained wisdom on developing your brand to serve your clients in the best ways and receive compensation at the highest levels possible. With that, we conclude chapter 8 of the book reading for today. Let me know in the comments your biggest takeaway from the entire chapter reading today. Anything that is coming up in your mind right now, that's your biggest takeaway. If you're watching on replay, share your insights and takeaway. And I have something important to share with you in the last couple minutes we have here. If you are resonating with the stories from the book chapter readings, all of the concepts and things we've talked about, and you're wondering and curious about how you can tap into your zone of genius, really getting clear on that, and truly creating a life of purpose, abundance, fulfillment, raise a confidence level to start setting the right prices for your products and services and receiving that equal energy exchange and that monetary exchange in terms of money for your services and what you are here to help people through. This is exactly what I help people with. I help my clients with, and I have a special offer for anyone that's feeling ready to step into their zone of genius and get clarity and create your personal brand and your business around it. The first step is to schedule a time for us to talk one-on-one to see if this is right for you and if it's a right fit for you. And it's a complimentary time that we can schedule to talk about your dreams, your goals, your vision, and your business. So if you're ready for that next step, whether you're watching live today or you are watching on the replay, just put ready in the comments here or send me a DM privately and tell me you're ready, and I will take you to the next step to schedule that free one-on-one complimentary conversation where we'll go deep into what's the right next step for you. And if I can help you through free resources or through my program, I will let you know how that works. I'm here to guide you through step-by-step towards your dreams, and that is the message I have to share today. So if you're ready, when you're ready, put in the comment here, ready, or send me a private message. And with that, we will conclude today's event. Lovely to see you all here who have joined live. Thank you for your participation. I'm glad you are taking away value from this. Let me know your final takeaways if you'd like to share, and feel free to put any questions or reach out to me privately. You are welcome, Irie Rose. You're welcome. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone, and a great weekend ahead. You're welcome, Kelly. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Get some well-deserved rest. Have fun, and we will meet next week for the next chapter reading, chapter 9, next Friday, same time. I will see you all then. Bye-bye.